If we start at 5:30, you can get a lot of miles in before 7:30. We try during the week. We understand that most people have jobs or families, so that's why we start so early. But I would love to see it because I can be there to answer questions. You guys can meet as a group, you can get into pace groups, and away you go. It'd be an urban run, but it's quiet. 5:30 in the morning, there's very little traffic, particularly with UVA in the summer session. It's quiet. Okay, so I'm kind of darting around here. So anyway, the programs, be patient. You'll get them, and I think they're pretty cool. It's tied right into all of your. If something changes in your questionnaire, the program may be odd. But if your questionnaire answers are accurate, you should get something in mail that makes sense. If you've had a change of plans with your family, the weddings come up, you're going to have to miss it. You're probably not going to get out to do a 20-mile run on a wedding weekend. Let me tweak your program. One woman last year nervously brought a program in. Do I get a second hit with you, Mark? I got the program already. Do I get a second? Because I know you're already busy with other people's programs. Totally fine. I'm huge on recovery. It's the most neglected part of anybody's training program in marathon training in our country today. We can nail the long runs, we nail the workouts, but we're bad with recovery. I'm huge on recovery. The elites I coach, it's my biggest challenge. And when I say elites, these are people doing 80, 90 miles a week. I got to get them to make sure that their R days are different than their Q days. A Q day is your quality day. That's a long run day. That's a workout day. Your R days are rest, recovery. And you can rest as you're running. You just run slower and shorter. You can run in the pool. I'm huge on that. In your running logs, you'll see it's one of the symbols. P, it's actually not in your running log. It'll be in the letter you get from me when you get your program. P is equal pool running. I'm big on it. It is a break. It rests your legs up. It's easier on your body. Cross training, this town is gone nuts for, I call it like Baskin Robbins. It's like a buffet of different forms of cross training. You have to be careful what you choose to do as you're cross training. What's the purpose of cross training for any sport? Is to enhance your primary activity. So if you want to be the greatest tennis player in Charlottesville by the end of the summer, you better find some cross training that enhances that tennis, that doesn't tear it down. So what enhances running? It's core work, it's running in the pool, it's yoga, Pilates, bar class, any type of class that is not draining you, that's actually strengthening you as a runner. What's the type of thing that tears at a runner? Long distance cycling, lots and lots of swimming. You got to be careful. Long distance hiking. People will go long on Saturday and a big long hike on Sunday, and they're hurt by Tuesday. Remember, injuries take 48 hours to show their heads. So the #1 day of the week that I see injuries are Monday and Tuesday. People say, I don't understand. I didn't do anything here. It's Saturday, and what you do Saturday evening, and what you do Sunday, that leads into, of course, Monday. So, again, people walk out of here and they say, Mark hates cycling, Mark hates swimming. It's the opposite. I have great reverence for those sports. They're legit activities. Wouldn't you be offended if a cyclist said that their recovery day is to go out for a 20-mile run? That's kind of, to a runner, that's like belittling our sport. So if I say to someone, sure, go for a 50-mile bicycle ride on your recovery day, because, cycling, windy stuff, it's easy. No. It's exhausting. Sure, it uses different muscle groups and takes the strain off your legs, but it's fatiguing you. It's making you tired. Fatigue is the #1 reason behind injuries in our country today with running. Because what's wrong with fatigue leads to bad mechanics lead to injuries. So, talk to me. I know Eric, some of you guys, your gang does that Navy SEAL thing. You have to be really careful. Really careful. Eric will tell you, you can't be going wholeheartedly at something that someone is assuming is a primary activity for you. You have to be careful to make that a compliment. And I think you guys do a really good job with that, of being careful with it. Just consult with me. I'm not going to condemn what you're trying to do. I'm going to try and figure out how it's going to fit in for you. Okay? Let's see. There's a couple of pages in here in the big booklet that I want you to read the whole thing, but it's my marathon rules. It's about 6 pages in. It's 3 pages worth. It's the long run coordinators, the instructions. I really want you to read that one carefully. And then, of course, your Saturday group run schedules in the centerfold there, or thereabouts. We really want you to take a close look at that. And then obviously the maps are laid out, all the descriptions are in there. Okay, so how about some questions? You guys have got questions. Eric, something I didn't go over. Pardon? I don't know if we...
I didn't put that on the form, but I'm not against it. I just wanted to streamline the form. So I might put... I think there's going to be more interaction between me and you, being you, the group, trying to find out ideas for social events and ideas to, connect, newbies versus veterans. But I'm kind of like laying the groundwork, and I'll be working on that over the next few weeks. But I didn't include it in the initial form, so...
How did that work last year? I never got a sense that it was too big last year.
That's why I want to think it through and do a better job. I think what I might do is like identify, who's new and just kind of group. I want to do a better job of connecting people that are doing the same race or running the same pace, and so just expect a lot of communication over the next few weeks before the long runs start. So just keep checking Facebook and Twitter and your email, and we'll have information about trying to find a mentor and about social events. Because I really want this to be a give and take, open to suggestions. Like at the end of the year, we send out the questionnaire, and that's what Mark is a survey that he was talking about, reading over the results again. But it would be great to get feedback during the training session too. And I know it's not anonymous if you email me, but I won't, call you out. If you have a great suggestion, we want to hear it. So
if it's a stupid suggestion, we will not entertain it.
Yes.
I mean, because this is a lot of work for us, and sometimes the suggestions are ridiculously unrealistic. But a lot of times, I'd say 90% of them, wow, I'm like, why didn't we think of that?
Right.
So we love it. But keep in mind that it's not totally democratic. Not every single suggestion is going to get put into reality. So, but this mentoring, the notion was to just try and get you guys hooked up in your zip codes, not only where you live zip code wise, so it's convenient to train with one another, but more importantly, pace wise and event wise. And you don't have to be doing the same event. So Henry, if you're doing, something in mid-November, and Conrad, you're doing something in mid-October, you're still out there together. You guys can run. Like Conrad, you might be doing an 18-mile run when Henry's doing 14. So he turns around at 7, you turn around at 9. So at least for 7 miles you were together. And it works. And you might find the person, you get to know each other, you start to click. You say, I'll run back with you, and then I'll go back out on the course. We see a lot of that. So I go back to this cover of the booklet. I think these 4 people didn't know each other from Adam 2 summers ago, and they're pretty much inseparable. And it's not a Mormon scenario here, by the way. Eric is inseparable from his 3 women, but it's not big love, right, Eric? Better not be. Not conduit to that, anyway. Okay, come on, some other questions, please. Some veterans, things I haven't gone over, something that chapped you last year that you think would, if we went over, might help the situation this year better?
I've never done a program with you before, so I'm curious, when you talk about the timing a lot and the speed that we're going to go with, are the race programs specific to run this far in this time each week? I'm just asking, I've only done a half marathon once, and the training was just go out this many miles. We never worried about the speed that we went out or anything. It was if it hurts, you went too fast. That
opens up what you're going to get in the mail from me when you get your program. So your aerobic heart rate, you guys, is somewhere around 30, 40, 50 seconds, 60 seconds, maybe even slower than your marathon goal pace. So if you're shooting for a 10-minute pace in a marathon, your aerobic heart rate is probably going to be somewhere around 10:30 to 11 minutes, where you can comfortably run forever at that pace. That's your base from there. When you get your actual program, it's going to have every pace laid out for you that I think you're potentially capable of handling. And then so you're going to have the cover page is going to say your personal program. It's going to have your name, the race, and your goal. And then below it, it's going to have your stats on what I think you should be able to handle. Every pace, 10-mile pace, half marathon pace, everything. Within your program, it'll say you know, run these at aerobic heart rate, run this at marathon pace, this many miles with this amount of recovery. It's very detailed. There's very few questions after people get the program about that kind of stuff.
Also, like, a lot of the courses they run, how many miles. Like, I didn't have a Garmin last year, like, do 2 miles at marathon pace, whatever else. Since we actually lay out mileage, it's easier to just get a regular watch and then go 2 miles in some time.
Yeah, you don't have to have a Garmin for Saturdays, because the courses are laid out. We do the first half mile, then it's 1 mile, 2, it goes miles after that. And, it holds your hand pretty tightly.
Okay. My goal was just to finish, so
Well,
I didn't really care, but now
some
it's
of you will
better
not
to-
have, it's different for everyone. So if you say, I want to run 3:30 and qualify for Boston, it's going to be a lot
Very
more
different.
scientific and nitpicky than someone who says, Mark, I just want to finish. So I try not to intimidate anyone. I would hope most of you would agree that when you get your program, there's a bit of a sigh of, okay, good, I can handle this. If you can't, I've misread your questionnaire, you know. So sometimes people put down a goal that I'm like, how the heck am I going to get them here? They're going to have to work hard. And they'll say, oh my gosh, Mark, where did I get? I'll call them on the phone. I said, did you mean this? They said, oh my God, it wasn't 3:52 I want to run 4:52. Okay, then we don't have to work as hard. So, but yeah, I mean, some of you that are literally, if you're slower and you're just wanting to get across the finish line, you probably won't do any speed at all. You just get out there and get your miles in. You really will. I would say, well, let's take a poll here. Let's see real quickly. How many of you are going to be shooting for a specific time this year? Okay, so that's almost half the room. How many are really, truly in your heart will be just totally satisfied? You're not going to go back on your word and say, yeah, maybe I should have gone for a time. Are just going to be happy to finish. Yeah, so that's actually less than the other group. You're still welcome. We love it. The sneaky thing is, along the way, you may find that you say, I'm doing this faster than I thought I could in these training runs, so I may want to go for a goal. And most of the people I coach, they've been competitive students in high school and college. It starts to come out. And it's my goal and role as a coach to make sure you do it safely, that you don't stumble along the way. So, Comrade, I pick on you a little bit because you're my current poster child about doing things right. Your first couple of miles you ran, you know, recreational, just trying to get them done, were so much slower than what you averaged for your total time at the 10 miles. But if you had stuck with that goal, it would have almost been silly of saying, I'm going back to what I wanted to do originally. Your goal changed, I think, as you advanced.
Yeah, it did. I mean, once you start going, I started walking in August, and I was following this program to a T. I walked 6 minutes the first time, and my wife was with me. She goes, "We go for it." I said, "Nope, I don't want to get hurt because I hadn't run in 20 years. I injured my back really severely, broke my back basically, was paralyzed, and I didn't think I'd ever run again. So I followed this program to a T, and my first run I was averaging probably close to 12-minute miles, and I ran the 10-mile right at 10-minute miles. So, and I finished way under what I thought I would. I want you to reach, but I never want you to strain. Honestly, I big on you achieving your goals, but I don't want to make it sound like it's total comfort, but I want them to be realistic. So, you know, you'll see as you go along, but definitely just finishing is fine also.
Will you be able to